A controversial discussion across the world is, should the internet be classified as a necessity or luxury? Although 20 years ago the answer may have been an undeniable no, after going through a time period of extensive technological enhancing, it has become essential in today's society, especially for business, evidence of this being the rising cryptocurrency. With this rising demand, it has become imperative for all businesses, let alone small ones, to have access to the internet. The main issue the main issue small businesses face is competing with larger corporations, and competing online is the best way to bridge this gap. Additionally, the government would essentially be investing into smaller businesses by subsidizing their internet, with small businesses being responsible for 50% of our GDP. Subsidizing the internet for smaller businesses would provide them an economic relief, allowing them to prosper and potentially becoming a corporation that has an imminent impact on not only our country's economy, but our society. After doing some quick calculations, subsidizing the internet to small businesses would be a $21.7 billion investment. While this may seem like a colossal amount, it is a fraction compared to several various expenditures, such as the $934 billion costs on their military. In fact, many costs, such as the military ones, don't directly provide a revenue, while aiding smaller companies would. By subsidizing the internet for small businesses, the US would be reducing their cost and investing into small businesses' dreams of becoming a mega franchise. This would allow for our GDP to increase, allowing for a stronger economy that may pay back the $24 billion. Bringing it back home, if we do indeed subsidize the internet for smaller businesses, we are essentially categorizing the internet as a necessity. For example, just like how the food stamp subsidizes food for people with a lower economic status.
Small businesses are woven into the very fabrics of the United States economy, creating two-thirds of new jobs and being responsible for 44% of U.S. economic activity, and therefore must be protected as such. This protection must come in the form of relevant investments rather than less impactful subsidies such as internet. Primarily, seeing as internet isn't a large problem facing small businesses, money that would go to subsidizing the internet should instead go towards more widespread issues. Water, lighting, and venue are some of the most basic costs that must be considered when starting a small business. If one cannot afford these utilities, they shouldn't consider starting a business or be prepared to function without them. And internet access is no different, which is why we don't see subsidies for any of these. A recent study done by SEMrush surveys small business owners on the struggles they face. 67% said limited marketing budget. 60% said traffic in their area. 37% said keeping a positive ROI. 0% said trouble affording internet services. Clearly, there are many more pressing issues that the government can aid small businesses in, such as preparing for unexpected events like natural disasters or the current pandemic, and helping them compete with larger corporations in their area. Opposers may say that not subsidizing internet means we aren't supporting our small businesses. However, this cannot be further from the truth. Small businesses are crucial to America and therefore must not be invested in by throwing money aimlessly, but by instead investing in it intelligently. Internet access simply isn't a large enough problem for small businesses for the US to sacrifice money that could be spent on improving elsewhere. I close with this question for the opposition. What would serve a homeless man better? A necessity like food to eat or water to drink? Or the luxury like the latest iPhone?